Into the Val and Val show, where conversation is art, 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 art. Conversation is art, conversation is art. You should chime in, ain't no telling what to spark on the Val and Val show. Ain't no telling the Val and Val show. You know, ain't no telling where we go on the Val and Val show. Ain't no ceiling, cause the art of conversation is the flow. It's that creativity available when we speak, available in our homes, available in the streets. We just trying to get it sparking and take it a little deeper. Keep it casual while fireside chatting with our people. Yeah, we take it a little deeper. It get hot when we fireside chatting with our people. Cause conversation is art, conversation is art. You should chime in, ain't no telling what'll spark on the Val, the Val and Val show. The Val and Val show.
Well,
Woo!
well, I've been away for a while. Val, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I've missed you all. I've been trying to chime in wherever I am, and Valerie has done an excellent job. And if there was an applause button, I would do it now. But let me give you your props while you can't get them right.
Thank you. Woo, y'all, he'll make me work these past few weeks, but it was all for a good cause, as you will find out momentarily. So, Valton.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been around the world and I.
But I was with my baby.
it seems like you've been. It really seems like you've been around the world, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and it's just beginning. To be honest with you, it is just beginning. There are some major things happening in our world of film, and a rising tide raises what? All ships.
For real.
And we have some small boats with us today, and those boats will be risen by the tide that is moving, or shall I say, by the tide that is rolling. And I'm not talking about the UA tide. I'm talking about the tide of life. But before we get started, Val, I want to take this point of privilege to thank everyone for tuning in to the Val and Val show, Conversation is Art, and for us to remember in our thoughts and in our prayers, Mr. stage name, Jamie Foxx, as he is dealing with the health and medical issue at this moment in time, where I understand he was rushed to the hospital last evening while on set in Atlanta. The story goes that he is on a full recovery, his way to a full recovery right now. But of course, everything is based upon what publicists try to spin stories. So that doesn't mean we can release the opportunity to pray for him.
Yeah.
We have to go deeper in prayer because we don't really know what happened. But not only with Jamie, but with all those whom we know are sick and dealing with health issues at this time. So just bear that in mind as we go through this next season of life. And hey, let's celebrate life. That's what we need to do. And we got some folks with us today that will allow us to do that. I'm not going into it yet.
Okay.
I ain't going into it. Hey, I've been hosting this show with you for 2.5 years. I know how you roll.
You the guest. I got to introduce you. You're a guest for real.
Y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the guest tonight. Well,
I want you all to know that he got treated just same as all our guests, even though he was like, where the link? I said, you will receive emails. We're professional. He got his reminder email and everything.
You're so foolish.
I have to stay on task with what I'm doing.
Yep.
But look, you all, tonight, drum roll. I guess we could call this is the host being guest, because I was the guest last week.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I'm sorry I wasn't here to introduce you last week.
That's okay. We got through it. I was a little hurt, but I got through it. But anyway, look, you all. We got my co-host, Mr. Valton Johnson, playwright phenom, and the voice. And we have some of the participants of the second annual 2023 Dundrill Heights Film Camp. And you all, I can tell you, it was awesome.
Thank you,
because
Valerie.
I got to see what they were doing that final day. And this is what I want you all to realize. The reason Valton is so passionate about this, he is actually offering something to some of these youth that they never thought about being in film. They may think that is a far reach.
Hmm.
So because he has a passion for youth and want to make sure they have something to do besides hang out and be in the wrong places, and unfortunately may end up with statistics, we definitely don't want that.
Right.
So he is pouring his all into this. And I'm going to say this up front, you all. We need to support. We're always talking about the youth this is youth that, but we won't even donate $10 to
Mm.
support some of these causes. And just think, if every Black person in Birmingham donated $10 to this cause,
Mm.
Valton could build a studio to do all this stuff in. It don't take us one person shouldering the load. So I want to get my soapbox out the way early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
But
appreciate
anyway,
that.
so I want y'all to know some of these young people y'all gonna meet today, you may just be looking at the next Chadwick Boseman
Yep.
or the next Angela Bassett. Okay. Remember that. And they gonna remember if you supported them now, okay? So you
So,
need to bear that in mind.
so Valerie, at the top of the screen is showing parenting.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's
Cause
showing
I cause I
parenting.
cause I edited it. Let me see why I didn't
You
update. Let me see if
say,
I can do it real time.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for catching it.
yeah. But thank you for those words. And ladies and gentlemen,
You hear?
Valerie is so right and so on point, for our young people. And many times our young people opportunities that are given, they're giving over the mountain,
Yes. And we want to be able to give them here.
which when it's given over the mountain. So we'd like to bring programming that our young people can engage in and see a future, basically, and see a future. So we got some very good things happening. I may be able to peep into my calendar and let you know what some of these things are without saying too much. And when you talk too much, you got haters out there and they try to block your stuff. So I'm not really worried about it though, because no weapon formed against me is going to prosper anyway. So we're all good.
For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So talk to me, Val. I'm your guest.
Okay,
I'm
so
doing,
Valton, I
yeah.
want to know you to tell the people what actually led to you starting this film camp last year. What brought
Well,
about this?
yeah. So I was talking to the youth about air quality, which is my job. And the kids young people just weren't interested in it. And they were like, "Oh man, why don't you please be quiet? Go somewhere and sit down. We ain't interested in this." You try to be relatable and say, "Well, if you got asthma, that could be air quality issue." They're like, "Yeah, okay, what else you got?" So the teacher put in, literally, I'm telling you, this is how it transpired. The teacher put in "Welcome to Dundrill Heights" off YouTube. The kids sat up. They were like, "Ooh, this is juicy. Ooh, I like that." And so at the end, they were like, "Mr. Johnson, how can we get involved?" So being a believer, I have to give all praise to the Lord.
Yeah.
And he just simply said, he downloaded to me, have a film camp. I said, okay, so what am I going to do with it? Just trust me. We went with it. I came home, told LaShree what was going on. And she said, yeah, we can do this. What do you want me to do? She started ordering backpacks, pencils, all this stuff. And we hadn't even got the things off the ground yet. So I called the YMCA and I told Terry what I was thinking. Terry Harville, shout out to her. Thank you so much for being a partner. And she said, we'd love to have you here. So at that point, we started planning. We planned it for spring break. Why spring break? Because that's the time young people are out of school. And we all know that idle minds are the devil's workshop. There's nothing but time. So they're going to get in some kind of trouble sometimes. So we planned this thing for spring break, reached out to various vendors, J Wing, Charmil's, McDonald's, Scenic View, Full Moon, Sheila Tyson, all these guys. And interestingly enough, we put it out on Facebook and we had over 50 kids. And a student, shall I say, and we taught them everything film. And we spent a week with them for film camp, and hey, it just developed from there. And we did it again this past year. But the interesting thing about this year over last year was that we were contacted by a school board, and they asked us, would you be willing to do a film camp for us at a local school? And the answer, of course, was yes. So I had my film crew over at the school for a week. The kids made film just like they did at the film camp and spring break film camp. And it was a match made in heaven. So after that week, we then had the Dundrill Heights spring break film camp. And there's a poster that's being placed on the marquee now. We did the film camp in March, and it was another success, even greater than the one before. So with that, we've done 3 now. We have 3 camps under our belt, and we are sitting in a situation, Valerie, to do 7 by January of next year.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? 7.
Yeah, and it's just been a phenomenal blessing. Not so much me, folks, as it is for our children, our young people being exposed to all things film, whether it's holding a camera, writing the story, writing poetry to match the story, learning how to do acting, creative movement. And, I had a dynamic team, man. I'm telling you, I had Shadiman from Shadiman, I forget, Anderson, I think. Shadiman, something from J.O. We had Latasha Anderson, Benedict Anderson. We had Leroy Hicks teaching poetry. We had a whole number of folk doing. Teresa Jackson, who's actually in Welcome to Dundrill Heights. We had a whole lot of people doing their part. And I tell you, it was just a beautiful, beautiful situation.
And he leaving out one part. Listen, they had a little church. They had a little church too down there. I got to see that on the Facebook on your when you were posting on Facebook.
We had church.
Yeah, it was. So who was that you had doing it? Somebody was doing praise and worship, leading the
Shadiman Mayfield is her last name. I want to get her due props. Yeah, so Shadiman is a dancer at JO. She teaches dance, creative movement, as does Teresa. And they put together a praise and worship piece for us. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just say that every morning we must have devotion. There must be some element of God placed into what we do, because if we seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, everything else will be added. Okay. So we made sure that the children and the campers understood that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because a lot of young people came there. They were closed mouthed. They didn't know what to expect. They were basically frightened to be there, but they wanted to be there. They didn't know what to expect. So quite naturally, they were a little frightened. So we put them to ease by saying, I can do all things. All things. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's writing a script, holding a camera, being in front or behind the camera, whatever. I can do it. I can do it because Christ is going to strengthen me. And that's basically the basis in the what we do here is teach young people what they need to know to be film. What's up, John Eppinger? We see you, brother. How's everything? Deshonda, what up, girl?
Yeah, and I see, and Terry Phillips say, praise the Lord. Your gifts are making room for you. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And of course, I got a shout out to my lovely bride. Hello, La Cherie.
Yeah. And well, look, before we bring these kids on, I'm going to give a shout out to La Cherie. You all, she has such a humble servant's heart. I mean, and she comes up with some very creative, unique ways to just take things to a new height. I mean, honey, listen, y'all talking about the Oscars, that last day, these kids were treated just like they had made the blockbuster hit. Hey, and they had gotten their Oscar. So I really appreciate that you all are making them feel valued. Because a lot of times we'll do stuff for kids. We'll do it haphazard, like, oh, give them some hot dogs to eat. Just give them, some scraps per se. But you all are really treating them special and taking care of them. And that is just something I truly value. So let's get this party started. Who we starting with? Drum roll.
Let's do this. We got a number of actors and writers here. So let's go with Johanna and Gabrielle. Gabby, as we call her.
Johanna, you ready? Coming in.
Yes,
coming in.
Hey, there she is. Hey, Johanna, Gabby. What's up, guys? Y'all good?
Yes.
Have a little bit more energy than that. Yes. Y'all talk. Y'all talked the whole film camp. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Y'all were talking so much.
Hey, this a little different. This a little
Yeah, I know,
different.
right?
So look, I'm gonna be y'all buffer with Valton. I ain't gonna let him do y'all like that. How are y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Well, I'm doing good.
Okay then. So is it Johanna? Am I saying that right?
John, we can't hear you. We were hearing you at first. What's happening? Johanna, we can't hear you.
Well, anyway, while you get Johanna worked out, we're gonna let talk to Gabrielle. So Gabrielle, so was this your first year with the film camp or what?
This was my first year and I really enjoyed it.
So how did you find out about it and what made you want to be a part of it?
So he reached out to my mom and my mom told me all about it and I was really interested. So
Okay.
like, yeah, I'll do it.
So had you been doing any type of acting? You've been in any plays before?
Yes, I've been in some plays, but it's I've been in some. So
Well, what one of the things that caught me my eye about Gabby, I'm just gonna call you Gabby, that's what we call it. Is that when I was talking to her parents about it at church, she was all into it. She was like dead center into our conversation. I want to do this, Mom. I want to do it. And her parents sent me a clip of her doing was it Rosa Parks or what was it?
it was Miss Fannie Lou Hammer.
Fannie Lou Hammer. That's right. And
Okay.
she killed it. You hear me? She nailed that thing from memory. And it was so amazing. So I knew she had a talent for this type of art. Okay. And she's definitely going to be. You hear her voice? She got a very strong voice. So she has the whole package that we look for. Not afraid to talk, speaks up, speaks well, very pretty little girl. Not saying you're a little girl, but you're a little girl to me. And you know, and that sort of thing. So, and it doesn't matter what you really look like; it's what you portray that comes out of your heart when you begin to open your mouth. So, you know, just her background and what I had seen, I just knew that she would be a fit for what we're trying to accomplish, and she nailed it. As did all the students. Can we hear you now, Johanna?
Yes,
Say
I can
something.
hear you.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
are.
yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Johanna Moore. Now tell us what did you like? Is this your first time in film camp?
Yes, sir.
Was this your first exposure to film?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you never acted before or anything like that?
No, sir. This is my first time. I wanted to try something different and new.
That's
All right.
good.
And
Wait a
what did
minute. Wait a minute, Bathroom. Let's stick a pin in that. Did you all hear that? Try something different and new.
you
Don't be one of those people that you go to the restaurant and you order the number two every time, but it's 30 other things on the menu. You go to Disney, you take your kids to Disney World every year. Y'all, this world is vast and big. Try something different and new. So I applaud you for trying something different and new.
right,
Yes, ma'am.
right. So did you what did you learn from film camp, Johanna?
I learned different things. I learned how to write. I learned how to be outspoken with my words
Mm,
and like different ways of how to speak. And I learned that my words are powerful. Like my voice is powerful.
that's
And I
awesome.
love that was one thing that I loved about it. And I really enjoyed myself and I felt happy. And I like that we filmed and we learned how to act. So I feel like it was a good experience. I'd do it again because I
Good.
really had fun.
Glad to hear that. Glad
That's
to hear it.
awesome right there. Wait a minute. My voice is powerful. Y'all,
Yes,
that speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Absolutely.
learned, and this would go through life in that if something comes up and need to confront it, a voice is powerful. And
Right.
our kids need to know that for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
That they
Absolutely.
can use their voice to speak up. So that's great. Not
Right.
just for yourself either, but for others
yes,
who may not have discovered that
Right.
their voice is
You're
powerful.
exactly right. You're exactly right. Experience teaches you that too. And as they
Yeah,
get
that's
older,
true.
they'll know. So, Gabby, what did you learn in film camp?
So I learned a lot about the different type of camera techniques, and we wrote some poems, the new dances that I learned, and most of all, teamwork
There
and
you go.
how we created an amazing film.
Wow. Wow. So, all the students had or have now placed a special avenue in my heart. You know, the girls, young ladies became our daughters, and the guys are now our sons. And when I first met Johanna, what did I say? I said, "You're gonna be my daughter." Isn't that what I tell you?
Yes, sir.
And this is how Gabby is. Gabby is like my little daughter from church. You know, I've known her mom forever. Her grandfather and I used to sing together, and so we have a rich foundation now. That when I am getting ready to film, I have a pool of young people that can come on set, do what Valton Johnson does, become actors and actresses, become cameramen and women, and do whatever they want to do because now they have the tools to do it. And as we go forward, young ladies and young men, and all those who are listening, if you have young people that are interested in film, please send them to us. Please. We're gonna bring on some more guests, ladies, and so we're gonna put you all in the holding cell. It's not like a not like a prison, but or a dungeon. But we're gonna take you all off screen. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna bring you back. We're gonna bring in 2 more. Okay.
Listen,
So I
ladies,
think
we're gonna take you all off camera right now.
yeah.
We're not putting you in no holding cell. Look at Malcolm just made it. No. That's why we having film camp, because we're gonna keep y'all out of any holding cells.
Hey, let me say this real quick, Valerie. So the other day, this guy made a comment about one of his actresses, and they immediately put him in a PR class. So when you're in film and you say something like I just said, we're gonna put you in a holding cell, 9 times out of 10, a publicist will contact me and say, we need to put you in a PR class because you need to have said that better. Everything that we say is managed. Everything is managed.
Yeah.
Because whomever you are speaking in behalf of, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself, but guess what? This is a Dundrill Heights film camp. So somebody on the other side of this film who are looking at us will call me and say, you should have said that better. So be mindful, like you said earlier, Gabrielle, everything we say has to be on point because somebody's listening for error and always looking at us for error so that they can come back and either say something about it or pick at us or whatever. But nevertheless, we're going to put you all where, Valerie?
We were taking them off
We're
camera.
going to take you off camera right now.
And who we bringing in?
We're bringing in Mr. Nick Miller and Desire.
Desire, where are you? I don't see her up on. There's Nick.
Desire, where are you? I don't see Desire.
You want me to
Where's
bring
his
Jordan in?
Yeah, bring Jordan in with Nick. That's his brother. They may,
Okay.
you know, a little backstory about Jordan. Jordan's a boxer. That's why he got on that Money Mayweather hat. But this is Jordan Miller and Nick Miller. And
Hey,
they're
how y'all
known as
doing?
the
Hey, how
Miller.
y'all doing?
What's up, fellas?
All right. How y'all doing?
Good. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So Valerie, I'll tell you, last year, Nick and Jordan both came to the film camp.
Okay.
And they are some awesome young men. They're our grandkids, in fact. So Nick was in this film. I forget the name of it, but at the end of it, it was simply hilarious because all these folk were getting killed, and Nick was the last one. And you know, they always say black folk always getting killed. Nick said, "What the?" It was hilarious. I have to show it to you, Valerie. It's hilarious because I don't see you laughing, so it must not be funny to you. But anyway.
I'm not fooling with you.
Oh boy! But I think Jordan has the latest Oscar nomination, right, Jordan? Did you win this past year?
No, sir, I didn't.
Who won that thing?
I think Nick team did.
Nick, your team won again?
Yeah.
We won.
Nick then won twice in a
Yeah, twice.
This
Wait a
nigga
minute.
third
Wait a
time.
minute. So Nick, were you on the part of the murder crew?
Yeah.
Y'all, let me tell y'all. Listen. Oh, Jesus. First of all, these these videos were heavy. I mean, these films were heavy. They had some heavy messages. I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I gotta tell Valton, he got to have a psychologist on site next year. But you know what? They were great. They were great storylines. But as I watched it in some of the storyline, I also had a degree of sadness. And let me tell you why. Because that is the reference point of the world you all live in. You know, Valton, that's what I thought about. That's kind of the reference points of things that happen. People not being able to control their anger. You know what I'm saying? But
Most definitely.
it was definitely awesome. And the way the murder was done, it was definitely shocking. I was like,
I
all
know,
right, all right. In the heat of passion, you use what you got, huh?
right? Right. Right. So guys, tell us what was your experience with film camp, Jordan?
Me personally, it was a all around great experience, especially for the second year. The first year was amazing, also the second year. It's a great film camp. We lost. Did we lose? Yes.
Valerie?
Yeah.
There she
Listen,
is.
There she is.
I'm working the controls, y'all. So when I disappear, it's intentional. I put my lipstick on since y'all just gonna call me out.
Oh, okay. Oh Lord. Oh no. Y'all, we got a live count here.
Oh,
Money Mayweather just shaking his head. I'm gonna start calling you Money May Miller. Money May
How-
Miller.
Wait a minute. However, who was that said I was off camera? Who noticed that?
Jordan.
that was me.
Okay, so Jordan, look, you a good director. You caught that. Like, where she go? See, paying attention, paying
Yes,
attention.
man.
That was good. That was a good catch. Hey, look, I started to do it like we do in the South anyway. Just put your lipstick on camera. I said, I go off.
Oh man, no, y'all good. Y'all good.
But anyway, look, let me ask this. So, Jordan,
Yes, man.
is this just for fun for you, or do you think this is something you may want to pursue?
At first it was something to be fun about. Me and my brother just coming to another new environment just to try something new. But as far as when we got like closer and indulging in it more often, like we started enjoying it. Especially my brother. He's like a top tier actor, in my opinion. You know,
Well,
y'all
look at that. That's a beautiful thing to say.
y'all know.
That
So
You and
is.
Nick, man.
y'all look out for him.
Yeah, he
Okay.
always looking out for him. Yeah, yeah.
Most
Okay.
definitely. Y'all look out for him as far as his acting and everything. He probably gonna be a director. But as far as everything else, the whole film camp is great. It's a great experience for level kids, older kids, younger kids. It's just a great learning experience where y'all can just have fun, meet new people and everything else. So yeah,
And I
it's
think
most
more
definitely
important,
something
y'all
to
can
do.
be kids. You're
Yes,
in a
man.
safe environment. Now, look, let me ask you this, Jordan. I'm assuming, are you the older?
Yes, man.
Okay, good. You already got that protective spirit. Now, Mr. Chadwick Boseman in the making.
Oh,
Look,
man.
look, your brother has spoke that thing, okay? Because
Yeah.
generally speaking, when actors transition through their career, they eventually start directing
Mm-hmm.
film and creating content, which is great. So now, Nick, tell us what's your next steps toward pursuing your Hollywood career career.
I mean, it's very amazing to me for real. I mean, I got no words for real.
That's great.
Well, I could chime in if you don't mind. The I was looking at a
Just
chat
doing what I
room
can,
here.
basically.
Yeah, Miss Frances Robinson says her nephew Charlie, I called him last name Cooper, was at the film camp. Yes, and we're gonna have him on next, Francis. Hope you're doing well this evening. Charlie's a great kid, just as all of these young people were. But I can tell you right now, there are so many that are going to be next level. So many.
Most definitely.
And it is incumbent upon us who are in the industry, although my feet are not as deep as others, I'm just doing what I can with what I have. But the Lord has blessed that, in that we've already gotten calls from another group of folk in Atlanta who were with the Greenleaf team, who did the Greenleaf movie series and some of the Tyler Perry stuff. And they're talking about, hey, what are y'all doing with this stuff? So we're already getting people calling and saying, we're going to be in your next film shoot. We want to do this for you without cost. So, and you can't get a A-list actor to do something for you without cost. You can't even get in touch with these people. Here they are calling us, okay? Calling us and saying, this is what we'll do. Just let us know when you want us in Birmingham, and we're there. With that being said, Nick, for example, Nick is an actor. That's what he does, okay? Nick is an actor, just as Jordan is a boxer. So eventually we're going to have to transition one of the scenes to typeset Jordan while he's sparring with somebody on set, right? And that gives him another level of exposure for his professionalism in boxing. So everything that we do has to be a stepping stone for these young people. And, it was something I was going to say about Nick, other than he's a really nice boy. I mean, they're both very nice people, but he's like a really nice boy. And that's why Jordan looks after him so much, so folk won't mess with him, And Jordan will knock him out. Jordan, what are you, like, undefeated now?
I was just about to say, y'all better take note. When you roll up on Nick, you might get knocked out. Now you better come right.
You don't get knocked up.
You gonna get knocked out. But you know what, Valton? I want to share this with the people. You all may not realize this either. God has blessed me and Valton to really interview a lot of people.
Yeah.
We started this in COVID, and we were like, when COVID is over, we're out, and somehow now we're rolling into year 3 with this, and be it known, we're not making a dime, okay? And we don't know where God is going to take this. If He's going to expand the platform. But what I enjoy is just all the different people we meet. And one thing Valton will do, we interview guests, and he automatically thinks, okay, you got something that I can put in a script.
Right.
So he's also looking at ways to promote other people in this as well. So he is really not just helping youth, he's helping all of those that may have a talent that he think will be good to include in Dundrill Heights and all the other things that's coming down the pipe for him. And so we thank you all for joining us tonight with Conversation is Art. We are having a great conversation with Valton Johnson, my co-host, and the founder of the Dundrill Heights Film Camp. He is giving the youth of Birmingham an opportunity, and it's going to take us to support that. So I need you all. Sacrifice your lunch, okay? Your Cokes, your drinks, and I need you all to make a donation to this cash app that I'm going to be putting in here, okay? It's time to stop talking about the youth and what's going on in the world. If you don't want to be a part, if you don't want to be a part of the solution, you are a part of the problem. So we need
So
make a donation.
So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for being a part of Conversation is Art, and we appreciate you all so much. And Valerie, thank you for always promoting us. It's very important to have someone that does that. Nick, what did you like most about the camp?
Well, they really taught me how to act and everything. So they taught me how to do poetry, writing, and I really couldn't do anything about it. Like when I first walked in there, I didn't know what to do until they taught me how to do it. I wouldn't know how to act until they taught me. So it was really, it's a learning experience that everybody should experience.
Okay, Jordan, what do you think, man?
I'm gonna piggyback off my brother, man. It was great acting, from the poetry, from we can't forget about the counselors that was there. The protection we had, because coming to a new place where we're not familiar with, especially the people that we don't know. So I feel like the protection there helped us as well.
Good. That's interesting. I appreciate that. That's cool to say, because I'm very particular about folks coming around young people. I vet everybody that works with me. I vet them. Having been a detective, an investigator, I've always looked at ways of finding out somebody's background before I engage them. So the team that we have now is the solid team, and that's the team we're gonna roll with. All right. So we're gonna take you guys off camera Look at that PR spin. We're going to take you guys off camera right now. Don't go anywhere because we're going to bring you back. But we're going to bring our last two guests on. That is Zamir and Desire. Is Desire back with us?
Yeah, she's
All
back. Look, Jordan, let me ask you this real quick. What was the name of your film?
It was called Love and War.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all hear these names? Murder, Love, and War. Gonna get that psychologist down there next year.
All right. Desire.
Hi.
Hello. Zamir. You're gleaming off your glasses.
Good evening.
We can't even see you. We see hair and lights. That's it. And a Nike
Can
side.
Hold on, can you see me now?
Your
Hold
switch going one way, Miss Valerie's going another way. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us right now Desire and Zamir. Listen to those names. They already sound professional, don't they?
They do. Walking the red carpet.
Yeah.
Step back.
Yeah. So, thank you all for joining us tonight and taking time out of your busy schedule. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the interviewer. Valerie, go ahead.
Thanks for.
I was gonna let you roll with it. Hello there. Okay, so Desire, we're gonna start with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So this your first year at the film camp?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
So how did you find out about it and why did you want to get involved?
Well, Mr. Johnson came to our school in March, a little bit before the film camp was supposed to start, and I liked how he presented himself and how he came in our school, and he was very, because I know I go to a low income school, I go to Jackson Olin, and just knowing that he tried to get involved in that youth at that school just made me it just made me want to get involved, because he took time to come to our school or all schools and invite us to go to this camp, which was very phenomenal. I'm very grateful for it. And yes, that's how I figured out about it from him. And I told my people and they got it done for me.
Y'all, let me say something about this. I wish you all could have been there to see her acting. I mean, it was she was on point. She was on point. Now, Desire, you said something that just made my heart just kind of flutter when you said I go to a low income school, and I know exactly what you meant by that, because a lot of times, it's kind of like can any good thing come out of jail? Can any good thing come out of Inslee? That thing, because we're made to feel less than, mainly based on the color of our skin and our socioeconomic status. But yes, there is greatness. And sometimes those schools are overlooked simply because of where they're located. And you all, that's why I'm asking you all and passionately to support this, because Valton is trying to make a difference, giving these children hope. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have money to come to college. It was the grace of God. Sometimes I sit down and think about how God worked that out, because I was poor growing up. I didn't know I was poor growing up. So I came to Birmingham and discovered I was poor by the numbers. But my parents always had that when you go to college and we're going to get it done. And it did happen. So remember, y'all, who was that? That was Johanna said, my voice has power. It can kill or it can build up.
Right.
Make sure you're building up. When you look at someone, even if it may be something wrong with them, you need to look beyond that and say, wonder how they got there. Wonder what happened in life that made them turn down this road. Because every child, when they're young, they dream big. They want to be great things. They're not like, I want to be shot by the time I'm 16 or stabbed. That's not in their notebook of things to accomplish when they're young. So let's support. And I'm so happy you had the opportunity. And girl, you got it. You got it. You're awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. They're fire, because if you remember, Valerie, these two, Zamir and Desire, were the ones that did that awesome point.
Yes.
And I didn't plan to bring you all on together. It just sort of worked out that way. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tee this up before I bring Zamir in. Zamir was with us last year. This young man was a 9th grader, I believe. And he had so much power in his thought processes that made his voice have even more power. He can think on his feet and put you right in your place respectfully as even an adult. I mean, I had to step back. I was doing all the devotional stuff. I just moved out the way. I said, "Hey, Pastor, come over here. Holler at us for a minute. Give us a word," and a word would just flow. And that's just how he is. But these two cats here, they wrote a poem. Y'all got it handy, or y'all got it off the dome or something like that.
I could pull it up.
Desire, you got yours.
You still got it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, but y'all, let me introduce Zamir real quick. Zamir, as I was giving you all that little intro, I met Zamir last year. Cool guy. He'll be a director, or actor. He will be whatever. He's probably gonna be a producer as well. He is really Tyler Perry. He's gonna have money. He's gonna be able to produce his own stuff. Because it's gonna flow. It's just gonna flow. And all of our young people are going to have what they need, because we're going to make sure they get what they need, because God gives it to us and we just want to give it away. You know what I'm saying? It's all. I have a saying in the Johnson household. My wife knows and my children know. It's just money. It's just money. What are you going to do with it? It's just money. So invest this money into these kids, right? Yeah. So Zamir, tell these folks something about that film camp.
Oh. The film camp was very productive. I wanted to predict, because productive is a very broad word, but it also is a very straightforward word. And I do want to bring in a quote that Helen Keller said, that she said the most horrible people in the world are people with sight but no vision. And keep in mind, sight and vision, two different things. And Mr. Johnson and everybody else that he brought in were people who had sight and vision. Because if you're talking about youth, and not only just youth, but if you're talking about youth of the minority races and trying to allow their dreams to come true, and if you're trying to bring these kids together to make something anew or allow them to try something different, like Mr. Johnson did with the film camp, that shows something that no other human being can have. And Mr. Johnson and the other people that he brought in has that. He allowed us to look at how the film industry is constructed, and allowed us to see how we were able to use the camera, or just how to look at the script, or look at how the film should be through a director's view. Him and the rest of the film directors and instructors, allowed us to see that. As well as the other people he brought in allowed us to not only help us in the film industry, but helped us mentally, helped us verbally, allow us to use, like Johanna said, her voice was powerful. They helped us they showed us that. They showed us not only through poetry, they showed us that just public speaking, just speaking period, that our voice can be used to change the narrative of the world itself. I had a panel last night with You Serve, and we were talking about the racial admissions, the racial accessibility through college admissions. And we were just talking about how the youth is not being heard, and how we also me and Desire talked about this in our poem. We also are talking about how us as youth are being meant to be seen and not heard. We're sit down and we're told to talk, but we're talking, and the people who are talking to us are not talking with us, they're talking at us. And they're not listening to us.
I told y'all.
So the things that need to change, or the things that of course needs to be moved around in just our society, and also our social economic state that we're in now, can change if the youth are listened to. Because trust and believe. Please trust and believe. Generation Z, we see everything. We're looking at it. We're not blind. Nothing blindsides us, and we're seeing everything that is going on. When we're talking in little groups with our peers, we're talking about how this is George Floyd, or how we're talking about how Roe versus Wade, or talking about different situations that are in the world that are happening right now. It helps. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say, Generation Z are the game changers. And I'm saying where the work we could be even better game changers if we were listened to.
Right. And I heard every word
Wait a
you
minute,
said.
Zamir. My cousin must have been thinking like me. She just put this. And how old is this young man?
65.
I'm currently 15. I turned 16 in July.
Right.
Well, you know what? Let me share this, you all. I'm gonna put a plug in for my interview from last week. You all need to go back and listen to me have a conversation with my children last week. I have a millennial, and I have a what is Cameron? He's 24. Is he Gen what? Is that Gen Y? Is that Gen Z? What is he? I don't
I
know.
think it's the millennial.
No, he's not a
Or
millennial. He might be the beginning
right,
of
but
the
the
Gen
beginning of
Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want y'all to go back and listen to that because me and my husband had a very different idea about raising our kids, and I refer to myself I am multi-generational
Hmm.
because I can be old school and I can also be
Yes.
Gen Z
Hmm.
minded. That's how, and I think that's a well balanced parent to have and a way to be anyway. But look, let me ask you this. So Zamir, tell me the name of your film that you did at the camp. Which one were you a part of?
I was the director and executive producer for Paradise.
Okay,
Yes.
Paradise. What about you, Desire? Which one were you in?
I was in Love and War.
The one Jordan
Okay.
just mentioned. Now, Valerie, before
Okay.
time expires, can we get just a phrase from you guys of that poem that you did?
Yeah.
Just just give me the first segment of it.
We'll give you the first segment.
Go ahead, do the whole thing. Go ahead, go
Oh, you
on.
ain't
Do the whole
you ain't
film.
gonna
Yeah, this
really.
our show. We ain't on no
Because my
clock.
wife was just saying I was going to ask them to do it anyway. Go ahead, give it to
Yeah,
us.
we ain't on no
Let's go.
clock.
Okay.
Let's go.
Y'all done kind of
Oh, I
caught me
wish
off
we was
guard.
able to
This is not
prepare.
on
Okay.
this.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Are you ready?
I need to go get the paper. We got time to go get the thing.
What?
Oh, you need the poem, Desire?
I thought you had it on your phone or something.
Okay, well, look, no, she can go get it, Val, because what I want to do, I'm going to take her into Zamir out because I did not ask Gabrielle and Johanna
What is that?
about their
Okay.
film. So I'm gonna swap
All
them
right, cool.
out. So you can go get
We're
it.
gonna take you
Desire.
off camera right
We can
now.
close with that.
Go and get your paper. Don't leave, but we're gonna take you off camera. But sit tight. Stand by.
Because I gotta bring
Gabby and
yeah, and
Johanna back.
Yeah, because I didn't think of that when they were on. So Gabrielle, tell me which film were you a part of?
I was in Paradise.
Okay. And Johanna, which film were you in?
I was in Paradise too.
Paradise. Okay, then. So Nick, look, this is funny to me, you all. And Nick just looked like a little kid, a little boy, right? Okay, so this proves my point, you all. People always say quiet, demure people, how, oh, they just so innocent looking. Y'all, he wrote something called Murder, okay? Okay. And it's always funny because if you think about it, Steven Spielberg, the type of stuff that they come up with, you look at them and think, that ain't even in their brain. And Stephen King and all those people, you would think, they can't write nothing. You would think it would be somebody with a more charismatic personality or whatever, but came up with that. Now, Paradise, tell me what was the theme behind Paradise?
Well, it's kind of like it was somebody perfect whose father
Okay,
died and he was
that's
doing
right. Okay.
drugs.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And
That's what that was about, Paradise.
he really didn't know how to tell people, but some people saw it and some people didn't. But in the end, his little brother got kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. Y'all, these were some creative
Right. So ladies and gentlemen, they had to write their script. And the way it helped was that they took a class in poetry. These classes were daily. And they would go to poetry for an hour. They would do screenwriting for an hour. They would film their own material, edit it, add music or whatever, and they acted out upon what they had done all these things with. And that's why we had creative movement. Some people would call it dance because they had to move in such a way in concert with one another to make this thing happen. There are a lot of moving parts to making a movie, a lot. not just money, but it takes a lot of people who have the same mindset and will. The most important thing an actor or an actress can do is what? Listen. To listen. You must be a good listener, because if you're not, then it could be a rippling effect to make the film not be productive at all. And I want to applaud you ladies here, right here, for your diligence in making the film camp the success that it was, and for making it the success that it will be in the future. I enjoyed working with you all, and we got a lot of work yet to do, because the new film that's going to be written is going to be written by you students. It's going to be written by you students. So parents, if you have young people, again, and you want them to be involved with this writing camp we will have, please let me know, because the next movie, and by the way, since I already have a contract, we're already connected to the networks, to the major networks. So we're going to allow our young people to have the same connectivity. I don't believe in making these young people do it the hard way. If there's somebody I know, it is my duty to introduce them if they are ready and worthy to make sure that introduction is had. You shouldn't have to go 40 and 50 years. Can you connect me to so-and-so and you got a quality product? I'm not that dude. If you got some quality, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to see how we can make it better. And we're going to get it in the hands of someone, if I can't do it, to get it where it needs to go. So,
and God forbid, don't charge them $1,999 for it. Okay. My goodness. See, so they're back. I see Desaia's back. So I just wanted to make sure we got the name of the film that you all were a part of.
And one of the parents just said, thank you for such an amazing opportunity for the youth. This is one amazing film camp. Thank you, Ms. Hurd. And that happens to be Gabby's mother, a dear friend of mine. Right. So those two are back now?
Yeah, they're back. Swapping out.
All right. All right, y'all ready to put on a show? Let them see what you can do.
Okay.
Decide, can you say something? Make sure we hear you.
Hello?
Desire, we can't hear you. There you are. Okay.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. Your connection, your connection is different now. It's delayed now. Say something, Desire. Yeah, she having connection problem. So Zamir, we'll see if she can come back in. If not, we'll let you go with it. Let's see. I heard her beat back in.
That better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let you experience a poem that these two created and performed at the graduation ceremony from last week. Take it away, guys.
Well, we gotta go. 1, 2, 3. Who we really listening to? Oh, hold on.
Who are we really listening to?
I do not pledge allegiance to your flag of the United States of America, and to your society of white people for which it stands.
One man under God, not invisible, with subject and justice for only you.
Who we really listening to? What you want us to say? Excuse our language? Well, how about respect our language? Unlike you did my people. Respect the language that set us free. Respect the language that let us be. Respect the language that laughed in your face when you told us to sit down.
Respect the nods and souls that made you mad after you realized you can't cuss. Respect who I am. Who are we really listening to?
Just like women, Black children are meant to be seen and not heard, spectated and not listened to, observed and not paid attention to. Who you listening to?
Let me ask you a question. Have you seen moments? I know you have. What will it take
Your
to
connection
that skin?
Going out, Desire.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you get the gist of what is transpiring here. They wrote a poem. Who you listening to? And that begs the question to all of us adults: who are we listening to? Who are our children listening to? But I apologize, but the connection was bad. We're getting ready to get some really bad weather out here where I am. I keep hearing the thunder roll and the and the lights seem to be flashing a little bit. So I don't want to
Yeah.
be on here much longer, but I want to bring all the young people back if we can. Thank you both for attempting to do that for us. Can we get everybody back at once?
Yeah. Nick, where
Where's
art
Nick?
thou? I'm waiting on him to come back on.
Jordan, call your brother.
There he is. He's back.
There he is. I guess he had to go out there and sign some autographs.
Hey, look, I don't know. Look, Jordan came back, so he didn't have to go knock anybody
Yeah,
out.
right. I know, right. But
And you know what? I got to go back up because there's a message someone gave me to give specifically to Desire. Let me see, can I find it? I hope I can because I wanted to read it earlier. And it was okay. This is Miss Terry Phillips. She told me to please tell when you were talking about the low income school. She said, please tell her that Psalms 139:14, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. And everybody is fearfully and wonderfully made because we are all made in the image of
that's right.
God.
That's right.
So, and you share with the other children, youth at JO about this film camp as well, so they can get involved. Hey, this thing could grow you all. That Valton can be having simultaneous film camps going on each side, all sides of Birmingham. I mean, we got a school of fine arts here. Those youth that look, they need volunteer hours to go to college. They can come and help too. So we could just really grow this thing. So with that being said, I need y'all to sacrifice y'all lunch. I'm putting this cash out back in here one more time. I need some put up, put up or shut up. Remember they used to
Yeah,
say
they
that.
did. They did.
And I promise you, your monies will be used for what they are intended. You all, these children had it made. Red carpet event. You all saw the flyer that was actually at the event. Valton and Lasherie had it decorated beautifully. Had a backdrop. Served lunch. They had a red carpet. A professional photographer took pictures of them as they were walking down the red carpet. They even marched in. So it was a very nice event. So we thank you all for joining us. It has been wonderful. So, y'all, we always in our show, we let our guests give a closing word. So be thinking about something real short that you just want to leave with people. And I'll say this with you all being youth. What would you say? What would you want to leave for a parent who has a child that may be interested in film and they want to be involved? So what would you say to that parent to help them help their child?
Um, I guess I would say um put your find out what your child, if your child is interested in acting or just in film period, find out what field your child wants to go in first. And if it's acting, look for auditions, look for agents. I really highly encourage getting an agent because an agent can get your auditions in fast and they'll keep them rolling. I also work but yes, find what field they're looking for. And if you're based here in Alabama, come here to the Dundrill Heights Film Camp so they can get a feel of the film industry. So as well as looking into other film camps, looking into other film opportunities that they can get into so they can get a feel and see if that's really what they want to do first. And then if that's what they want to do, let them go ahead.
All right. Good work.
Okay,
Good
that's
work.
great. That's
Good
great. That's
work.
great. So let's go with you, Gabrielle. What would you say to someone?
Well, I would probably say if your child really likes to do acting, then you could probably take them to any auditions and really just teach them about acting and just send them to places that open up, film things for them to learn about.
Great, great. So hey, Mr. Boxer, what would you recommend?
First and foremost, I want to thank the Johnsons and you, Miss Valerie, for having all of us on here.
Thank
Um,
you.
the message I want to get to the parents is give your child an opportunity. Um, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't have a lot of opportunities to be great. A lot of people just have different, they just stationary and their mindset is all the same, especially here in Alabama. So make sure y'all have an opportunity that's being held against y'all. And I recommend to let your kid and even you guys, the grown-ups come too. It's not just for kids, it's grown-ups as well, bring forth,
Yeah.
you know.
Gotcha. Okay. Desire.
Desire.
I would just like to say to any parents, I would just like to say, child has a dream, support down from how to achieve something that isn't street related. If they're trying to do something to do something different in life, support them 100 regardless of what it may be. It's days if it's financial bounds, any matter. There's resources if you can get any. There's places around here. It's people like Mr. John that do programs like the dates film camp, and it's just so many more aspects into getting your child out into somewhere where they need to be.
That's great. Thank you.
I will.
Thank you. So, Johanna, I'm trying to get you in before because you seem to have connection, nigga. So give us your thoughts. Hopefully you won't pop off again. I don't think she here. Okay, Mr. Nick.
Um, I would say tell your child to keep God in front of you. Let him guide you in what you want to do, and let the parents, especially to the parents, let them tell you the right way to go, especially in acting and film camp, whatever you want to do. Just keep God in front of you.
Again. Okay, y'all. Johanna seemed to be having some
Right.
issues, but look,
Hey,
she dropped her nugget early
Right.
in. You do anybody remember what she said? Hey,
a voice.
she said she found her voice, and her voice is her
That's right.
power.
Hey, I will like to say one more thing.
Go on, Reverend.
They always got to come back to the mic
Look,
after the child is off his
I
lifted.
will.
Hey,
I
listen,
will
I'm about
say.
to close
I
now.
will
I'm
say.
about to close now.
After your child's done the Dundrill Heights film camp, other film camps there. Another film camp that I've done, and I've been doing it for the past 6, 7 years. Is on the set summer film camp. They do it for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then that whole next week after. And there's a whole Oscar awards in November, and they show the movie that we did, and their it's something similar to Dundrill Heights, but it's spectacular, just like Dundrill Heights. You get the same film experience. You get to see what it's like being on set, just like the same thing that Dundrill Heights does.
Great, great. Well, look, I want to thank all of you all for coming and for definitely sure now go back and watch our last week's show because it will address some of the things you talked about, Samir, and hearing the youth and respecting the youth because you all are not going to be youth forever. A minute, you all going to be making decisions about us, and I don't want none of y'all making no decisions about us at payback. Look, Johanna, we're gonna bring you in so the people can see you before we log off. So I thank you all for coming on. This has been wonderful. And Valton, maybe in a couple of weeks or so, we can actually bring in some of your counselors
Well,
so they can give their
I got other
perspective.
students that are texting me saying, "Well, why
Okay.
wasn't I on this show?"
Uh-oh,
So,
you in trouble.
well, but it was 25 of them, so we got 5 now. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do 6 at a time whenever the time permits, and because
Yeah.
I will say this, Valerie, you touched on something as we're about to close, and these are my parting words. Having one on each side of the city of Birmingham, excuse me, that is being done. We're,
Yeah.
we're,
See?
we're,
You
we're
already
we're making
on
it
it.
happen.
So get y'all coins. Stop drinking. Stop stopping at these Starbucks and make a donation. I'm gonna keep saying
I
that.
see
I'm
you
gonna
are,
keep saying
and
that.
I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative. I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for tuning in to welcome it. I'm about to welcome to Dundrill. Conversations is Art, the Val and Val Show. We thank you so much. Is that Miss Tasha Anderson? She went from a B to an A. That's one of our instructors from Huffman High School. Congratulations to these young people. She says you are amazing to work with. She enjoyed it. Tracy Muhammad, one of our youth counselors, and Pastor John Eppinger, and everybody who has joined in. We thank you so much, Jonica. Beautiful interview. We're proud of them. Yes, we are. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to build and build and build until we can't build anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed myself. Young people, thank you so much. Get ready to take a shower so y'all can go to bed and have fresh minds in the morning. And we're praying for you. And we will see you all next week. God bless you. Valerie, any words from you?
See you.
That's it. I've enjoyed, and you all keep doing what you're doing and